are live. You are tuned in to Live in the GTV. Yes, we thank you for joining us on another Thursday. Today we're talking about radio and community. And is radio still a valuable resource to invest in your time, your business, your efforts, your marketing, your advertising? Seems like everyone's going towards podcast and YouTube nowadays. But is radio still a valuable resource? And there's even TV and paid TV. So that's what our topic is for the day. And to join us on the subject and a few other subjects, we have a co-radio host today, Miss Shakina Wardlaw. Hope I said that. I'll pronounce that right. Who is host of Motor City Radio Platform for Black-owned businesses. She has a book on dysfunctional families, a drywall and painting company, and then the Youth Attitude Adjustment Program. And she'll be joining us today to talk about, again, radio, all the things she's talking about, her radio channel as well. And as always, got a couple of different camera angles here. So if not looking directly at you, it just means I'm either looking at our feed on WVIE or possibly our live stream on Facebook, YouTube in front of us. But that is our show for the day. And we're going to not prolong it anymore. We're going to get right into our guest and joined by Miss Shakina.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. So, like I said, just gave you a brief bio, but tell us a little about yourself. We understand you have your own radio channel and station as well.
I do.
And yeah, so what do you all do over there?
Well, I don't have my own station.
I'm sorry, channel.
Radio. The owner is. Yeah, so I've been with Glenn, maybe I'll say about a good 8 years now. I've been doing a radio show. I started early on with Core Radio with Bernard Mason, rest his soul. He's passed on by now, but rest his soul. He brought me in, and then after that, I just pretty much started doing it on my own. Started Motor City Radio with various co-hosts every now and then. But the main platform is to promote mainly Black-owned businesses. I don't discriminate against anybody, of course. I welcome anyone that would like to come and use my platform as a marketing tool for their business. But I do focus on mom and pop stores, local stores, the community. I try to, put a spotlight on them. So that we'll be more encouraged to go and promote their utilize services, spend money with our brothers and our sisters. So yeah, I do highlight Black-owned businesses.
Excellent. How long have you been in the business? You say you've been doing it a while.
Yes, yeah. I say close to 10 years now.
Excellent.
Close to 10 years. I just won an award for the longest running radio show on Event Radio Network. So that was an honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And how did you even get into the business of radio and hosting and all that?
And you know what? That's crazy. Bernard Mason. I have to shout his name out again. Rest his soul. Because he saw something in me. I'm gonna be honest. That I'm meeting in the industry, they were something broadcasting was a dream of theirs. So I feel like, oh my God, to say that I'm a host of a radio show and I didn't go through all the grit and grime that they have to go through, the excruciating classes and whatnot to learn. I was blessed. So the people that I was around pretty much walked me through, the engineers. So I kind of picked up and I liked it.
Yeah,
I like the way I feel, knowing that I have a platform. Knowing that there's somewhere where I can speak and speak freely, and so yeah, I love it. Good morning, Bishop. That's Joe Scott on my Facebook. Thank you so much, sir. I'm here live in the DWIV with Mr. J. Yes, so we are here. So yes, and I just love the platform itself, having one, and then the interesting people that I've met over the years. I've taken the radio show abroad. I've actually did a show on a face-to-face. Dwight Stewart, I've interviewed him in California. So just being able to travel with the show, I'm trying to take that to another level.
Absolutely.
To be off site and interviewing various guests and stars and whatnot. But other than that, yeah, I love it. I come on every Friday at 7 p.m. Our studio is located in Southfield, 12 Mile Greenfield area. And I love it. And I'm going to continue to do it as long as I have guests that show up every Friday to promote their business.
Excellent. Well, we love it. We love to see it. Love to hear about it. That's It's very similar to what we do here, but obviously we are into collaboration, not
Yes.
competition. So
Yes.
you get more when you are able to work with people, not against them.
Mhm.
So I heard you like, oh, she has her own radio show.
And I'm the same way. I've been in sisterhood relationships with the shows. You've been on that show. They want to have a guest come here, but they're going to fly and promote. So Isaac, if you're tuning in, yes, your guest, he has a lot of artists.
Okay.
So he's already sent a couple to my show
Mhm.
to be interviewed about their music that's coming out. So
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna plug you in, Jay. Let me write this down.
Yeah.
I'm saying it on air, guys. This is a commitment. I'm
Yeah.
definitely plugging
We
you
got
in,
30
Jay.
recording, so you know we can like, okay, she came on, she said it.
And this is a nice setup you have here, Jay.
Thank
This
you.
is
We
really
appreciate it.
nice.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
the invite. I appreciate it.
Yes, so much. And then I appreciate again we can talk about the collaboration.
Mhm.
Well, one, do you think radio is still a valuable resource for not only the community, but again, those business owners that you try to sell them a package, you try to really
Yeah.
show them, hey, this is what we're doing, this is our platform,
Yeah.
and we want you to be a part of it.
I do, and I encourage my guests every day to come on. I have guests every week,
Right.
that show up. So that right there is a true tell to me that it is valuable, because they come on my show. They're on different platforms. I just heard you mention YouTube, I believe, and then the fact that you're on TV as well. I mean, the reach,
Right.
From people that's tuning in. I don't know if y'all on the internet or whatever.
Yep, the internet. Yep.
But the fact that you have TV and they're able to see you, that brings a whole different perspective to who you are. You're a live person. You ain't just a commercial or something like that. So I believe it's very valuable. I think it's going to go a long way. I don't think we're going nowhere
without radio. No time soon. Yeah. Even with the AI and all the STL stuff on, I believe it's definitely still a valuable resource to invest in your time and then really learn. Because I mean, I use a lot of automated tools myself. But like you said, you came in and you actually have to engineer and pull all the knobs, the volume, the speakers. I know how to set those XLR and everything.
Oh wow!
So
you're speaking language. I don't know nothing about oil. I leave all that to Glenn, but just seeing everything that you have here, I mean, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
The young man that you have over here, oh my God, I wouldn't even know what button to push, what flip to flip up and turn. Yeah, that's a lot, and it takes a lot of education and a lot of school. And that's why I'd be like, oh God, to say that I actually am a host, knowing did you go to broadcasting?
So I didn't go to broadcast. So I actually basically grew up in this station.
Okay.
In ES and WHPR, WPPR now. And so I just kind of learned engineering on, by being here. It's like, okay, turn this on, push this, turn this, turn this volume up. My dad's an IT professional. So I was already kind of familiar with tech. Okay. And then radio communications kind of just coincide with that. Obviously, everything we touch here is a computer and a so you got to know a bit about IT. So digital media production, and that's because I wanted to actually be able to go out and shoot like commercials and demonstrations and everything myself as well, which is also one of the services we offer. Like our company does shoots our own customers commercials and everything. So and of course I wanted to eventually want to do movies and our own series and all that. Series that Justin is watching, which one of the biggest series in the world. I'm sure you heard of it, Squid Game. Yeah. So I was like, man, it'd be really cool to create.
So wasn't it a movie?
It was a series on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I followed it a little bit.
It's messy. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but it's a drama, but an adventure kind of drama. Yeah. But I said, man, it'd be really cool one day we're just doing things like that. It's like everywhere. But I saw the importance of, like you, I'm sure, it's like, okay, the community first. Those dollars will be real. People will be able to invest in this platform first, foremost. We grow this out, and then we can get starting our own series, our movies, our documentaries. I know somebody that really he has a lot of ideas for documentaries.
And you're in the right place, man. This is historic. Just being in the studio. I've been here a couple times before, but just being here, how long the studio? You're in the right place to learn everything that you need to know as far as broadcasting is concerned and film and whatnot firsthand right here.
Yes,
That's a privilege, young man.
thank
You
you.
know.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, the guests, you coming out. I understand though you have not only your platform on radio, but you have we love. I'm an author myself too, so I
Are
love to talk.
you?
Yes, so I love to talk
Oh,
about books, and also I understand you have something on dysfunctional families. That's kind of like a biography.
I do. I do. My book, Dysfunctional Family, not. It's
Okay.
loosely around my life, I'll say. It's on lulupublishing.com and it's on
Okay.
Amazon.
Okay.
And it talks about some of the dysfunctions that I dealt with growing up as a child, some of the things that we sometimes don't tend not to speak about
Right.
in the community. I talk about drug abuse, drug addiction,
Mm-hmm.
mental health illness is in the
Absolutely. Yeah.
book, molestation.
Mm.
We can say that on air. I apologize.
It happens,
But it
unfortunately.
happens. So I talk about that in the book, and I talk about how I dealt with it, how I got through. My mom was the one who abused the drugs and alcohol. So firsthand, having a parent, it was kind of rough for us. I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but we had my grandma, we had other family that pitched in. But just seeing her go through the motions and then ultimately passing away at such a young age, and leaving 4 children behind. You know, and I end up having to raising my 2 youngest brothers as a result of, because they were so young. So just going through that, I wrote the book as a child growing up. So I take you through everything all the way up until the end. And then I have journal entries in the book for certain things that I was dealing with while I was writing the book. I was going through a divorce. I was struggling with behavioral issues with my youngest brother because he was born addicted to the drugs that my mom used. So just the after effect, the behavioral issues, the disorders, just everything. So me being in my early 20s with 3 children, I had one of my own, but 3 boys, and then just going through trying to find help for him. Ultimately, that's how the Attitude Adjustment Youth Program came about. But writing the book, it was my way of therapy. Writing it down, getting it out there. Some of the things I wrote in the book, I had never disclosed to anybody until after I wrote the book. So,
and that's funny. Writing is so therapeutic, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be honest, I let everybody in the family, since it was so loosely around my life, of course, talking about what I'm dealing with involves others because I was raised. I just didn't grow up. So I had aunties, I had grandmama, I had my daddy, even though my mom was on drugs, she was still there. So I had family. So the fact that I had to write my story included others' stories, So even though I didn't tell their stories, I had to mention certain things. Domestic violence was in there growing up, So just to have to speak on it. So I let my family read it and close friends that was in the book, just to make sure they approved and if they were okay with what I wrote about them. Of course I got permission, but sometimes until they actually read it for themselves.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
get somebody's permission to tell their story, but then you tell it and they're like, "Oh, wait, whoa, hey, you got real deep."
Oh yeah, they can narrow it down and know that I'm the one that you're talking about, So but everybody read it and they were okay with it. And to be honest with you, if anybody was against it, or if there was so many people against it, I wouldn't have published it. I wouldn't have released it, and I still would have gotten the same amount of therapy that I have now in writing it and finally saying and actually putting to paper some of the things that I've dealt with and how I got through it. And it's very therapeutic.
Yeah, therapeutic.
And I keep a journal with me. I keep my little book with me.
I keep mine too. It's in my other bag.
Where I'm at, you gotta know. Down, a thought comes to mind, I write it down.
Because sometimes it's even better. I have to do that. I take a lot of notes on my phone as well. But sometimes I'm like, nah, you need to put that pen to paper. It's hard to explain. It's a different mindset. It's a different feel versus when you're just typing something. Yes.
May I ask what your book is about? I know this is your show.
No, absolutely. No, we have
you, but we got to put the spotlight on you too, because that's a lot of work putting a book together.
It is. So actually, we have 3 books. I've published 3 books so far. So the first one wrote when I was really young. A contest, an essay contest.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Northwest?
Yes.
Yeah, so they do a contest two contests every year, oratorical and essay. And I won at the local level. And my mother, graphic designer, my father's in IT, my mother's a graphic designer. She saw the book. She wasn't able to come the day that I went to the center and gave the speech. And she was like, but she read it. She's like, I really like your book. I'm gonna turn it into a book. And I was like 12. I was like, okay, Ma, sure. And I kind of shrugged it off because it's not that I didn't take it serious. I just 12 years old. I wasn't really thinking of it. Behold, a couple months later, she calls me downstairs because she worked from home. Her office was at home at the time. And she had her graphic designer and her illustrate and design this whole book that's it's called My Future is Bright Because. So it's It's a bit of a biography as well, short,
Okay.
because you have to tell why your future is bright, what you're doing now to have
Okay.
a bright future. And I'm talking about wanting to be a carpenter, wanting to be a scientist,
Oh
and
my God.
and all that in the book, talking about having sickle cell and how that affected me as a child. You know, the
Yes.
different hospital visits that you have with that, our religion, being Muslim, and yeah, and that in the book. And it's a children's book. It's only about 8 pages long.
Oh my
It's
God,
really
but that's a
colorful.
lot. Everything you just said to compact it in a little book, you said a lot. You know?
Yes,
Oh my
we did. And then
goodness.
the illustrations, the pictures that she and her graphic designer, Shania, had put with it.
And what's the name of
Shanae,
the
I'm
book
sorry, had put
again?
with the book, My Future is Bright Because. Um, then in my early 20s, I wrote a second book. I called it Just Be From A to Z. So I was reading a lot of like self-help books, a lot of like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad kind of thing. So I said, I want to write something like this that gives somebody that kind of same semblance. So I called it Just Be From A to Z. I took every letter in the alphabet, A to Z, put a word with it, gave the definition of that word, and then just gave a positive affirmation of how I use that word. And in the back of the book, so it's A to Z, and then in the back it's A to Z again, and it's those same words, but it's blank, and now it's blank. So fill in how you use the word brave, how you use the word
ingenious.
ambitious.
Oh my goodness. Now what's the other book you said?
Just Be From A to Z.
Okay, and you said one.
And those were the two books.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you, young man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure
And then the other one we wrote is really short. It's a comic book actually. So it's called Sickle Cell Warrior. So I wrote it for Excel, and just I had this idea of like, what if like he had it was someone trying to like expose illnesses and ailments to people.
Okay.
And the only person that, not the only person, but it was like an event that happened, and somebody with an illness stopped them. And now I'm thinking of and that's actually become a whole thing in its own, because everyone that reads is like, you need to write more. You need to write about sickle cell. You need to write about autism and cerebral palsy. And this. So I said, okay. So I kind of just wrote this, had this one idea. Yeah. So, but I really gotta go there.
To help them when they go through it, and when they're having those hospital visits. I have someone, and I think their daughter have crises, so I don't always have to go, and get treatment or whatever they do. I have a trait of it, so I know I was told that if I got with somebody
that has a trait, then you have a
disease. So I mean, that's a lot, and
that's
just
how it happens.
Educate people on it. Like I think that's a good idea. It's a nice mild way to introduce people to something so serious.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Play about 2 or 3 commercials, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Miss Shakina's painting business, drywall, all that. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us. And
jail tours. I deal with children with behavior issues. So
Yes.
attitude adjustment is a youth program.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna get back to the paint and drywall because I end up getting into the paint and drywall because they closed everything down because of COVID.
Got you.
And to be honest with you, my cleaning company was so going on. So this last month, it was a little downtime for me. I wasn't getting a lot of paint job calls.
Right.
So I've been kind of working on my own house and
good.
making it how I want it. So
Right.
I just recently, I had a pool table downstairs and I had my closet, all my clothes. So I had a walk-in closet in the basement. I moved the walk-in closet to the attic. I moved the pool table over. I built a bar, and then on the other side, I created a movie theater. So yes,
nice.
I mean, blacked it out, got the screen up, the whole time. Today when I leave you, I'm ripping this ponytail out and I'm gonna change clothes and I'm gonna build the frame that I want for my seating.
Okay.
Because I want 2 different rows and I want one to sit up higher. So I'm actually gonna build a frame from that to do that. But yeah, the youth program went down. I'm just not getting it back up. So I do want to mention, if you have any children, boys and girls, the ages of 12 to 17 with heavy issues, attitude adjustment is enrolling children. My number is 313-586-2240 if you would like to enroll your child in attitude adjustment youth program.
And tell us a little bit about attitude adjustment youth program. Like, what does it entail? What kind of things do you all go through to get these youth experienced and really change that mindset so that way they want to like, no, I cannot be something else other than what I see on film, movie, or what I'm hearing out there.
To be honest, when I got custody of my younger brothers, like I said, they were both born in the youngest had a lot of behavior issues.
Right.
And me being in my early 20s, not really knowing how to do it, I started therapy, maybe that he needs ADHD and all these letters were being thrown at me at a young, trying to figure out why he's behaving the way that he is. And when I say behaviors, it's getting kicked out every time you get taken back. It's getting to the point where you fighting everybody, cussing the teachers out there, doing things, running away, like stealing, like everything that he was doing was going to lead him down a path to where he was either going to be unalived or in jail. So when I reached out for help in Wayne County, there are not a lot. Like a boot camp. I don't care straight. There's a program I started letting people know. Parents started referring their kids. So it started off just me babysitting. Drop your kid off, sign permission slip. I stay here all day. I take off work just to do it for free. And then it got to the point where when I did follow-ups, children were still acting out. So I'm like, we got to add something on, because if you just take them to this jail tour and then taking them back to the same environment and taking them back to the same situations, chances are they're going to stay the same. So now I'm thinking about everything that I did for my little brother to try to get help. Took them to Boysville. They used to have group settings. That's called My Family Meeting and Attitude Adjustment. So it's a 90-day program. Pretty much meet with the family, try to discuss some of the issues that's going on, see if we can deal with some of the issues that's going on inside the home. Because obviously something is happening here. Something broke the baby. So I try to do a timeline to find out what it is that broke the baby, when did it happen, when did the behavior start, and we kind of talk about that in the family meeting. And then at the end of the month, they come to my office and they meet with returning citizens that's been incarcerated for various reasons. They tell their story, similar to what they would have gotten in the jail tour. I used to utilize Ryan Correctional for the boys. They closed that down. I use Huron Valley for the girls. So I'm about to start that back up, because they just started that program back up. When the girls actually go, they talk to the inmates that's there, and it's very effective. Very effective. So for now, until I can find a place For the boys, returning citizens come to the office and talk to them.
Right.
In 90 days, I do a follow-up to see if behavior improved.
Yeah.
If it has, I get the parents resources for programs that's more positive, upbeat, to kind of keep that energy flowing. But if they're still acting out, then I give parents information for programs that's a little more aggressive, like filing for encourageability or boot camp.
Okay. So for the boot camps, the jail visits, and I had two kind of thoughts though while you were talking. One, of course, and I'm sure it's some other counseling, so they meet with you, that they meet like with other therapists in the community.
I get referrals out.
Okay,
Yeah,
referral.
I'm not a therapist yet.
Right.
I have a bachelor's in criminal justice. I am going to get my master's in
Excellent.
psychology, something. I don't know.
Okay.
I do want to have my own practice at some point.
Okay.
Because I find so much joy when I'm doing my family meetings.
The counseling and family meetings,
figure it out for themselves.
Because you don't tell them what to do. You guide them. I'm in a CHW program, community health worker.
Okay.
Where it's a lot of that. It's like you're not telling your customers, you're giving them suggestions of where they can go to find assistance. Because a lot of times it's like homelessness, homelessness. It's the different variations of community. It's children need school, backpacks, all this. So people need to change their diet. You don't never know what your customer's dealing with, but you just show them, hey, these are support systems, and then we're here, and then between these hours, I'll be here for. If you need some communication, but I'm also trying to get you counseling. I'm also trying to get you what you need. I'm not, they say sometimes they kind of think in their minds, oh, you're my best friend now, and I'm going to do everything. Yeah. No, but I will help you get straight.
I do give resources and referrals, and this year I'm being real. I'm trying to build a nice little community. That way, when I do refer them, even though the companies that I refer them to, they're reputable companies, people that I've done research on, but just to have a final connection with them, a warm send off or handoff when I'm ready, being able to call back and talk to the person, see how they're doing, getting an update on them or whatever. So kind of still keeping them in the system, but my program is just 90 days. So after that, I kind of refer them off to different resources and whatnot. But I am going to build a stronger community to where we're keeping in contact with each other and still doing the referral.
And then do you utilize and like your painting company and drywall as a resource or something like, hey, this is something you can do for the girl? Well, historically, of course, that's a male, but you're a woman doing it, so I know that can inspire your girls as well.
Well, and I'm gonna be honest, it's funny that you say that because I am putting together a program. I've written out an 8-week program to pretty much teach our children. Me and a couple other licensed contractors will be coming in to teach them a little electrical, plumbing. So they won't walk away with an accreditation or anything like that, but they will walk away with a tool
with the
belt,
skill,
and they will walk away with the knowledge of how to use some of these tools. Because when I was growing up, I'm 51. I'm gonna put it out there. When I was in school, we had.
I was thinking 45, but you look good.
Thank you. We had wood shop in school. We had home ec in school.
They taking all these trades
They
out.
took all that away. So the life skills that these children need when they get out here, they don't have. So you'll be surprised how many children don't know how to use a hammer. They don't know how to use a screwdriver. So I want to show them just basic skills. How to use these tools, what these tools are, have them do a little hands-on with the drywall. But other than that, when the electrician come in, talk about outlets. Install or something in my office. My office at 15400 Grand River is big enough to accommodate all of that. So 319 Suite 319. So I do want to start that program up this year. I've written it out, but I haven't went as far as getting funding and whatnot. But I have talked to the contractors that are willing to help me facilitate that. So for right now, I do residential and commercial. I'm always doing live videos on my Facebook page. I'm just a girl. You'll be able to see me do a lot of projects. The most recent project is me transforming my basement to a bar/theater. So you can see from finish to end. I just did a video a couple days ago. Walking in, you get experience like you walking into a theater. So, I really would like to take that to launch this year.
Okay, excellent. What's that program called?
U-Build.
U-Build
is how I spelt it, but
is it Y-O-U or
U-B-I-L-D?
Okay. U-Build.
I spelled it.
And then your online. You said I'm just a girl is like a series that you do.
You know what? It's just a Facebook page. Okay, but I'm always doing live videos showing me actually doing the work.
And that's the work page. And then you're working with other contractors, the community work, the counseling for the youth. It's all excellent. On top of that, Um, we want to go back to the very first thing we talked about when you first got in here,
Mhm.
Motor City. So how do people get in contact with you to be a guest on the channel? They have their business or they about to drop a product or
Mhm.
service. Share with us that, and
Yep.
then anything else you want.
If you would like to be a guest, we air every Friday at 7 p.m. Our studio is located in Southfield on Greenfield and 12 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
When you reach out to me, I'll give you more information. But if you would like to come on and promote your business, you have a talent, you have a book, you have a movie coming out. We just had a young man Lit on the show. He has and because my platform is so diverse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
anybody
understand.
Anybody
Pretty
can come
much,
and be a
yeah.
guest if you have something that you want to promote. Just this past Friday, I had Lit on. He has a movie on Tubi called Stash.
Okay.
So he was on the show. He's in the movie, and he brought one of his actresses. And then I also Roy McAllister, who's running for real.
Yeah, we know Mr.
He was
McAllister
on
very
my
well.
show.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it was. I'm having anybody and everybody can come and be a guest. So you can call me at 313-586-2240 if you would like to be a guest. If you would like to enroll your child in attitude adjustment, or if you need some repairs done at your house.
All right, you busy woman. Yes. Okay, Ms. Shakina, well, we thank you so much for coming on. We're absolutely not wishing you off. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I think I covered it. I think you covered everything. It's just a pleasure just being here this morning. I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure for us too. We really appreciate you taking the time to be able to speak to us, tell us about your programs, your channel, all the wonderful things you're doing. We want to definitely, I want to make sure I have all your information. I know y'all have your phone number.
All my pages, if I can just throw them out there on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can follow me on Motor City Radio. You'll check out all my guests and all the live feed when I'm inside the studio. Attitude Adjustment. You can get more information about the youth program. Dysfunctional Family Knot. You'll be able to get updates on my book signings, stores, whatever I got going on Dysfunctional Family Knot. Hey Black Man, this page that I have on Facebook where I just post positive quotes and pictures and messages for our brothers. So you can go and follow that page. I'm just a girl. You'll see me doing all the work, live, different videos, different projects. I think I covered everything.
Okay.
Just a girl, Motor City Radio, Attitude Adjustment. Coffee and Conversation.
Okay.
The YouTube channel, Coffee and Conversation. My YouTube channel is Shakenya, SHAKENY. And I come on every morning, do 15-minute segments about co-parenting, mental health, how we can get along, setting goals. All right. That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Man, that's a lot. All right. I think I got it all. Let's definitely make sure we stay in contact. Let's build this network, this type of our radio host, so we could just, again, share the guests, share the information, build again, that network, that hub, so that way our community has us as a resource. Because you're a resource. We try to be, we are a resource here as well. And we want to be able to utilize each other's skills. Thank you. Not just financially, information.
Yes,
that's what we are. We're an edutainment and information channel.
Yes, I love it.
All right.
I love it.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with Mr. Abdul's final thought. Sitting with Live on the DTV. I'm Jabril, and before we go for the day, we're gonna get Mr. Abdul's final thought of the day. What you got for us, Mr. Abdul? Ah, on camera. You gotta move. You gotta move. Nope. You gotta move it over. Grab the camera. Yeah, there you go. Mr. Abdul is coming with his final thought as soon as he gets that camera adjusted just right. Get that angle right. You know, in production, you gotta get your angles right. You gotta have your audio on properly. You gotta make sure the mic is up. You gotta make sure you can be seen, be heard. You gotta make sure your commercial in there. There we go.
I see. Now I'm gonna apologize.
You're good. What's your final thought of the day?
So my final thought is for today. What's going to do any good thing and make it happen? You can't do anything.
Focus on doing good things and making it happen. You can do anything.
Yes, sir.
All right, I like it. Couldn't agree with it more. Well, we're going to end on that note today. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us and tuning in. I want to thank Miss Shakina Wardlow for coming on. You can check out her platforms, which we will link in a post today. Right here. You're tuned in to Live on the DTV. I'm Jabril. I'll see you soon.